Good morning. Welcome to EC 425, the second week. Okay, just a couple of maintenance things that we need to take care of, housekeeping. On grading your discussion posts, I'm realizing some of you are turning them in on Thursdays. Remember, discussion posts are always due on Wednesdays by 11:59 p.m. So tonight you have a discussion post due. Secondly, on those discussion posts, some of you are just putting two sentences. You're in a 400 level class. We're in the home stretch. You need to make those 3 to 5 sentences long, those replies even. And you're saying, but I can't figure out what to say. Ask them questions. Ask them questions. There's nothing wrong with that. Or you may add something else in there, something that you've learned, an example, in your own classrooms. Put that in there. I have found that in my master courses, even in my associates and my bachelor's, all of them, I learned so much from my colleagues in those classes. So make sure that is what that is there for. I typically do not jump in there on those because that is that's for you guys. You guys just work together, so please make sure that you are making those complete. And then if for some reason you cannot get your assignments in, please reach out to me. I am more than happy to work with you. I know things come up, emergencies come up. Let me tell you, I started school when I was 40, back to college, and it was not easy. I had 5 kids at home, all ages. And by the end, they were all teenagers. So I get it. Sports, things like that, emergencies, please reach out. If you do not reach out, then I don't know what's going on. And, I can't extend that work for you. So please reach out if you have something come up. So this week, we are going to start with inquiry because STEM, all those areas, 1 + 1, what is that? We're asking those questions. What's your prediction? What do you think? Things like that. Remember to use open-ended questions. But I want to tell you about the inquiry. There is a great flyer on it that we have for you to look at. Look at that. It is so much fun. But here is one thing, and I'll be real quick. I'm a STEM geek, STEAM geek, but I taught in an environmental school for 3 and 4-year-olds, and that was something that I loved to do. So, for inquiry, one thing that I did that I loved is I just got one of those drawstring backpacks. I think somebody donated to the school. It was, you can't, the one that you can't see in because you're going to make an inquiry bag. So, for example, we have been doing a unit on the pumpkin life cycle, and we went to the pumpkin patch, and we were doing everything. I was bringing it to a close, and yes, I do talk with my hands. I'm sorry. So we were going to make pumpkin muffins. And so typically I had 16 kids in my classroom. And so I would a lot of times break up into small groups and do this so that 8 kids were in this group and 8 kids were in this group. But sometimes I just did it at the beginning of the day. And I did it at large group time. But I would make sure that in that inquiry bag, I had an item for each one of those kiddos to pick out. So we were going to make pumpkin muffins. So on the inquiry bag, I put things like measuring cups, a recipe card. I put a little tiny pumpkin. I put muffin papers. I put a whisk. I put a little bowl. I put some eggs. I put some flour. So yeah, as you can see, so I always use popsicle sticks with their names on there because I wanted them to get used to recognizing names and letters too. So here's one way you could do that too. I would pull those popsicle sticks out and they'd have to guess whose name is this. And then they would come over. And as they're pulling things out, we would ask those questions. I wonder what we're doing. What would we use this for? So to work on the vocabulary too, you pull out that measuring cup. Does anybody know what this is? What it might be used for? And some kids would say, you bake with it. Okay, so now we know that kid doesn't know what this is called. So then somebody might yell out, it's a measuring cup. So now we know that child knows that this is a measuring cup. So yeah, see where I'm going with this? We figure out in those inquiry bags if they've had experience with these items, if they haven't. So then we're putting it all together and we're working as a group. So, eventually we'd get to the end and they're like, and I'd be like, oh, what are we gonna do again? We're making pumpkin muffins, So, or anyway, so inquiry bags, as you can see, they excite me very much. So that's just a fun way to get those predictions in, especially with those STEM lessons, I'm sorry. And so that's just one way to get those in, and it's so much fun. Another thing that you'll be doing this week is making a web. And I tried it out. And the web maker that they have on there that you can click on is very user friendly. Some are not so friendly, but you can pick one that's really friendly. You do have to sign up and make yourself like a little sign in, but it wasn't hard and it was easy to use. However, you can draw one too, but make sure it's legible. I need to be able to see it. And when you send me the picture, make sure that you take a good picture so that I can see it. All right. And there's a couple other things that you need to work. You'll be working with that web in two different things this week. So just have a great week. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. Like I said, I love STEM. So just let me know and I would be happy to help you. And have a good week.